Hey guys, Lily Lee here for Pins Day 5. I have done like 3 intros where I called it Day 4. Bad Lizzie, bad Lizzie. So, the first clip you're actually going to see is of me doing a Deadpool a second time. You guys have already seen me stitch this exact same one. So I just set the camera over here and I just stitched it in a comfortable way. And I'm a dork, so whatever. Um, so yeah, I did that yesterday, so I'm wearing different clothes. Like this day, I think I'm gonna stitch one tonight, and I'm gonna stitch another one tomorrow, and that will be Pins Day 5, because I keep working. I don't have a day off until Monday, so Monday we'll have one day of me just cross stitching. But I don't know if you can see in the video. I hurt my nose at work today. It hurts so much. I was downstocking the frames, and the ones that are just a base frame, there's no glass or anything, so you could do this, you could do this. There's nothing there. I was on like this 1, 2, 3, 4. I was putting like the fourth one away or something, and this one just went boom right into my glasses, and so like it just jams them into my nose, and then they go flying to the floor and they just skitter away. And so I'm just like, oh my god, my nose. And I mean, I'm tearing up so bad because my nose hurts so much. And then I'm like, oh my god, if that frame broke my glasses, like it didn't, obviously, but I would reorder them. Okay, I love these glasses so much. But and I put the frame away, and I was just like, my nose hurts so bad. Like, it still hurts now, and it's been like 6 hours since it happened. So it's probably gonna be bruised over and like black and purple tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Like, I kind of hope my glasses just hide it the whole time. But at the same time, the pressure they're putting on my nose right now kind of hurts. Like, this really sucks. It sucks. Anyways. I think I made my biggest sale in framing to date today. I could be wrong. I was thinking it might have been 1,400, but it might have been 114 or $1,114 on my last one. This one was $1,322. And let me tell you guys, what this guy had, it was worth it. It was just this 2 pieces that just were pictures within pictures within pictures. And when you put them together, it creates another picture. Like, they're connected. It was just like we were both raving over this piece for so long. He probably thought I was like acting it up, but I wasn't. Like, I was genuinely just like, look at all the things. Like, it was crazy awesome. So, like, I mean, he even told me, he was like, how do your guys' prices compare to other places? And I was kind of just like, honestly, I don't know, but like, the big thing that added money on his was he put Masterpiece acrylic on it. But that's what he needed. The piece was really big, and when you have a really big piece like that, you cannot use glass unless you get like freaking industrial strength frame or something, because it's going to be so heavy. Most frames will just go, no, I quit. That would not be good. Versus acrylic is very, very, very light, and it's also shatterproof. Okay, so many people that come to the frame shop think that glass is automatically better than acrylic because that's what they've been told. Like, we have examples of our acrylic and our glass, and then we have the Masterpiece and the regular. And it, like, they all say the exact same thing, except for on acrylic, it says shatterproof. Like, how can you say this one's better when this one has another plus in its side? I don't, what? So, like, the glass is cheaper, if you think that makes it better, but generally cheaper usually doesn't mean better. I'm just saying. Anyways, my nose hurts so much, you guys. I had to buy more of these because I only have one left, and there's like 14 requests. Or, well, no, that's a lie, because 3 of them he doesn't want me to put these in pins. He wants to be able to, like, he wants to put a patch on a hat, a patch on a backpack, and I don't know where he wants to put the other one. Oh well. But, you know, hopefully more people will request them, and then I'll need more anyways. Uh, Adam Michaels Arts and Crafts Store. They are $4.99 plus tax. But you can use a coupon on them. I used a coupon on them, and after tax it was $2.70. Yeah, because I gave her $2.75 and she gave me a nickel back. Hi Angela, I'm talking about you again. So $2.70 if you have a 50% off coupon. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, and the brand is the exact same. They look a little bit different because that was the inside of the old one. That's the inside of this one. Doesn't matter. I mean, honestly, these look better to me. They don't, I don't know how old these ones were, so that could be why they were always scratched. But these ones, just looking at them right now, they look fine. So, I don't know. Could just be the other ones were really old. So, it's already 6:18. Oh my god, I'm about to sneeze again. Oh my god, no, it hurts so much. Okay, I know it's bad, like, if you have to sneeze to not sneeze, but, like, it hurts, okay? It hurts. I am doing the Olympic rings for Marky Poo. Yes, I call him that. I think it's kind of silly because, I mean, I'm referring to him as Poop, but he thinks it's cute. So, yeah, he gets called Marky Poo. Where are the Olympic rings? I know I have printed them out, okay? I will find them eventually. Or I won't. Where did I put them? I don't know, whatever. I'll find them. I'm doing the Olympic rings and either TKD or Taekwondo. That's what it's supposed to be. If it'll fit, I'll probably put Taekwondo, because, I mean, I think that's a lot more obvious, because most people will receive TKD and think, like, I don't know, total knockdown or something, total knockout, down, I don't know, I have no idea. My brother was in Taekwondo, so, you know. Yeah. I might be able to get a second one done, or at least I might be able to start one. I don't know. Like I said, my nose really hurts, so, like, that's literally all I'm thinking of right now is my nose hurts. But I'm supposed to be thinking that I have to make them with lots of love. You know, because apparently I don't love these enough already. Gosh, Marky Poo, why do your demands have to be so difficult? Like, oh, Pin, you're gonna make such a beautiful button. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. That's the most love it's gonna get right now. I need to go stitch. You guys are gonna yell at me. It's been 8 minutes. My nose hurts, okay? Feel bad for me a little bit. It really hurts. I hate that frame now. Every time I see it now, I'm just gonna be like, you know, the double finger defense that Markiplier uses. Except I won't do that because I'm in a store that children frequent, and well, even if there weren't children, I wouldn't do that. I hate when people flip off pictures. If I'm taking a picture of you and you give me the middle finger, I'm going to immediately delete the picture. I don't care who you are. I don't care. I don't. It is offensive. At least in the US, it's offensive. So just like, why am I talking about this? How did I even get on this subject? I need to go stitch. My nose hurts. I'm watching Markiplier play Outlast 2, so this is awesome. Okay, you guys, so although this video is titled Pin's Day 5, or at least as of me doing the narration right now, all I've said is it's Day 5, it's more like days 5, 6, and 7. This Deadpool I'm doing here is the only one I did that day, or maybe more like that night. And then the next thing I do is the Olympic rings with Taekwondo, which I did the day after, and that was the only one I got done that day. And then after that, I did Doctor Strange, and I didn't get to finish him, or at least not completely, but very, very close. And I was planning on putting those 3 together for one video, but then I got so busy, and I had the next day off, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to stitch all day. I don't want to do any narration. I don't want to do anything except for stitch. And so that's what I did. And now I'm left with a 2-hour-long video with 12.5 hours of footage. So I really hope you guys, you know, enjoy the longness that is this video. You know, like, Give me some thumbs up, because, like, I need it. This has been a chore. Oh my goodness. Like, 12 and a half hours. This program keeps freezing and unfreezing and freezing, and it's going cray cray. Like, oh my goodness. Okay. I did question 30 last video, so 31. If you could have dinner with anyone from history, who would it be? Anyone from history. I don't know. Like, my idea of, oh, if I want to have dinner with somebody, it's gonna be somebody who's a really good cook. And, like, Gordon Ramsay's amazing, but I mean, is he part of history? Because he's still alive. I don't know. Like, when I think history, I think specifically in the past. Because, I mean, he's current. Dude, he is very current. He's hilarious. Every time I go downstairs and I see a commercial with him in it, I'm just like, oh yeah, that dude's cool. But, I mean, if it's someone I'm supposed to have a pleasant conversation with over dinner, I don't know. Mother Teresa? I have no idea, seriously. Like, I love Patton. I've talked about that. He'd be cool to talk with, but I wouldn't want to just sit there and eat and talk with him. I'd want to talk with him. Someone I just want to eat with. Helen Keller. How's that? Huh? Huh? That sounds so rude. Like, oh, I'm just gonna watch her eat and see how she does it. That is so bad. Bad, Lizzie. Bad. Seriously, I have no idea, you guys. 32. What's one choice you really regret? Well, I just talked about in the other video how I regret being friends with Katie and when we were stationed in Spain because she made me believe my best friend didn't like me, and that was BS. Is there another choice I really regret? I really regret shaving my arms when I was 11 years old because my sister told me I was supposed to. Because now I wax my arms. Like, and no, I am not going to ever shave my arms again. I have a lot of freckles and moles on my skin, and they're elevated. The chances of me cutting myself, not worth it. And then, the silky smoothness that is waxing for like a good, 2-3 weeks. That's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. Versus you shave the very next day, you've got that horrible stubble. Bleh. 33. What's your favorite childhood book? I read Black Beauty like every single Christmas until high school, I think. Or like Christmas Eve night, Christmas morning. I loved that book. Like just reading about Black Beauty, having the first owner and having to get sold and going through all these horrible, horrible owners to eventually find herself back to that first good owner. Just tears, just so many tears and so much happiness. It's beautiful. Black Beauty, she's beautiful. Actually, I think Black Beauty was a boy. I could be remembering wrong though. It's been a little while since I've read it. Childhood. So, when I think of my favorite childhood book, I think of a book from my childhood. And not necessarily a children's book. Because the Percy Jackson series is, like, middle school. And people, that's when you're a child. But I didn't read that till I was in college. So that was not a childhood book for me. That was an adulthood book for me. So, just child. I really liked with the Sesame Street characters, there was a book with Grover in it, and it was the monster at the end of this book. And it's so cute. You go through it, and Grover keeps telling you, like, no, don't turn the page. There, if you read the title, there's a monster at the end of this book. I don't want to meet the monster. I'm scared. And you just keep going and going, and he gets so afraid. And then you get to the page right before the end, and he's like, please don't turn the page. I'm scared. I don't want to meet the monster at the end of this book, but you keep turning the pages. And then you turn it, and he's the only one there, and he's just like, oh, I guess I was the monster at the end of this book. And it is just so adorable. Oh my gosh. Another one I really liked. I'm not totally sure if it was actually Grover or not, but it was for sure still a Sesame Street book. It was the character would hold up a circle or a square or, some kind of shape and be like, put your nose here, put your elbow here, put your toes here. And I always had such a blast with that book because, it was interactive. I keep yawning. It is only 7:45, but I'm exhausted. So, yeah, I loved all of those books. And Dr. Seuss, of course. That man could draw and he could write. He was spectacular. 34. What's a great book you've read recently? Oh man, I don't even know the book I've read most recently. I haven't had the chance to read published books. Oh my gosh, I haven't had the chance to read any published books recently. So, yeah, I started listening to the audiobooks for the Pendragon series. Excuse me. But that's the second time? I read them ages ago and I absolutely adore that series. I need to listen to the rest of them. Right now that I have Netflix and Amazon Prime, it's like, oh, I have more shows I can watch. So I've been watching them while I stitch instead of just listening to stuff. 35. Do you feel like a leader or a follower? I can be both. I have absolutely no problem standing up and being the leader, but on that same coin, I have no problem listening to somebody else if they're the leader. And I don't care if they're older than me. I don't care if they're younger than me. Whatever, as long as they do a good job. If the leader sucks, oh, I will not be a good follower. Because, I'm not going to follow you into hell if you suck at your job. Hell no. Or suck at your assignment or whatever. Then every time we had a group project, I usually stood out to be the leader unless the teacher specifically chose someone to be the leader. And I always hated it. Because I was like, really? Really? You want this dumbass to lead this project? You don't know him. You can't trust him. Pick me. So, that's how I am. 36. If you could ask your pet 3 questions, what would they be? Ooh, what questions would I love to ask you, Tessness? How about, well, no, I don't need to ask if she loves me. I know she does. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Do you like your name as Contessa Pearl? If not, what do you want me to call you? Is there anything in this house you would like me to change besides Stitch? Because I have no control over that. Ooh. Oh man. I keep thinking do you miss Ruby? But I know she does, and that would just be really depressing. I'd rather I just ask her if she loves me and hear her say yes. I'd rather have a happy answer. I don't know. Are you happy? Pretty sure she's happy. 37. What's the most courageous thing you've ever done? Well, I still say that the run and dip I did in Interbrand, Germany was very courageous, but all of us there did it. So, doing the zip line and stuff, for some people, that was incredibly courageous of me. But I'm not scared of heights. So it wasn't something I needed courage for. It was something I was excited about, so it wasn't an issue for me. So, have I done anything that's universally scary? No, I don't know. I've flown alone, but I've been on flights since I was 6 months old. So flying on my own wasn't very scary for me. And in fact, on one of my flights, when it was just me, I had another girl there that seemed really afraid. And I was just like, hey, how's it going? And it was her first flight. and she was alone. I was just like, oh, well, if you need anybody to talk to, I'm here. And I've been flying for, how old was I? 22, 23 years. So I helped her calm down, and it was a good flight, so that was great. So, that for her, that was terrifying. For me, it was like, oh, hey, like, yeah, my parents aren't here, my sister's not here, but, I'm on a flight. This is nothing new for me. Gosh, I keep coming up with something, like, what's something I've done that I was afraid of doing? Um, I mean, in my Com 101 class, I gave really good speeches. I got A's on all of them. And before every single one, I felt like I was going to puke. Like, I got so nervous. And then I did it and I felt better. But yeah, after the first one, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna have breakfast during my next two speeches because I'm a puke. So the next two speeches I had, I didn't eat breakfast that day. And it was a morning class, by the way. I didn't go all day without eating. I just went a few hours. I do not condone anorexia or bulimia. Like, no. You eat and you be sexy with all your roles or with being super, super skinny because you only think that you're not skinny. Yeah. So that was scary for me, but I don't know if that really took courage. The biggest issue was that I was being graded, not necessarily that I was giving a speech. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Most courageous thing you've ever done. Yeah, I don't know, you guys. That's tough. That's tough. 38. Who would play you in a movie of your life? Well, I mean, right now I'm 25, so like people would argue that I'm at the prime of my life, so me. Like literally no one could play me better than me. But ideally, ooh, I love Emma Stone. That girl's hilarious and she is beautiful, and I mean, who doesn't want to be portrayed by someone who is hilarious and beautiful? Note how I didn't put a gender on that one. Everybody wants to be, portrayed in a good light. I mean, I love Julia Roberts. She, when I get older. Oh, wait, no. Because she will get older as well. Oh my gosh, I'm such a bad person. um, I mean, I'd still be cool with it. That woman can act. Meryl Streep can act. Sandra Bullock can act. I don't know. Like, although I would be happy if they got somebody who looked like me, I would be happier if they could find someone that could act like me. Like, oh my gosh. I was in a bunch of plays throughout elementary school, middle school, and a little bit of high school. And I remember it was specifically during the Jungle Book play. We had a kid play young Mowgli and another kid play older Mowgli. Older Mowgli was played by Patricia Hoyt. It was a huge bitch. Anyways, she was a year ahead of me, a year behind me. She was really close. And then the young Mowgli was played by a kid in like first or second grade, and we were in like fifth or sixth or seventh grade, something like that. But and while we were all talking about what parts were available, we didn't know who got it yet. They just said, we're gonna pick the person who's best for the part. And was that when we had the black guy and the white woman? I don't know, it doesn't matter. Anyways, one of the people stepped forward and they're like, I don't care if the young Mowgli is played by a little black boy and if the old Mowgli is played by, a white woman. I want the person who can act it the best. I don't care if they look similar. It does not matter. It is more important that they can act. And I agree with that. Like, I mean, in a movie that is, millions of dollars are spent, it helps when they look similar because otherwise you're going to super confuse your audience. But, if you can get just one actor to play a part, I think it's most important to get the person who can do the best job. It's just like when you're hiring someone for a job. You don't get someone who just has the best credentials. That doesn't mean anything. You get the person who's going to do the best job. You pick the person who's going to be able to pull it off. They're going to be happy to do it. They're willing to do it, and they're going to try their damnedest. Like, if you get two people coming in, and one person has like a master's degree and a PhD and all these other things, but they are a lazy mother trucker outside of like studying for school, versus a high school dropout who is going to come in early every single day and be the last one out every single day, and they're going to do all of the work, and they're going to try, and they're going to help other people. You need to pick that high school dropout, because it's going to be that much more successful. The company, or what, look at Tessa's tail. It's going to be that much better. Credentials only mean so much. You have to have the drive and the desire and all that other stuff to back it up. Yeah! 39. If you could be an Olympic athlete, in what sport would you compete? Oh man, like I love badminton more than anything else, and I'm actually pretty good at it. I'm not the best. My high school PE teacher, Mr. Poojle, he would whoop my butt. Oh my gosh, out of all of us in that class, and it was maybe a class of 30 or 40, I scored 1 point on him the entire semester. The only other people who ever scored a point on him were two Asian boys who played tennis, so they were really good at badminton. It is not the same sport, I know that, but they are very similar. And we were the only three who even scored a single point on him. But nobody ever beat him in a match. That dude was a freaking beast. So, I mean, I love it though. I love it so much. I wouldn't even care if I got gold or if I got last place. I would just want to play all of the games and just have so much fun. That is all that matters. But if I could play like any sport in Olympics, like gymnastics, dude, that's my favorite one to watch. And I did do gymnastics for 7 years. I did not go Olympic. I did with it, but I love it. I love watching it. I love doing it. It's amazing. It's so amazing. 40. If you had to live in a different state, what would it be? I mean, I really like Wyoming. It snows and it's nice and calm. Utah, every time I've been there, has been really nice. I do not want to be in a state that is like really racist or homophobic. Like, I'm white, so like we suffer the least issues from racism, and I'm straight, so I don't suffer any issues with homophobia. But oh my gosh, okay, so this relates, I promise. I took a Sense8 quiz yesterday. It was, which character is most like you, or no, which character are you most like in Sense8? And, I was answering them. And for the most part, I was like, oh yeah, I know which character this is and who this is for. And I jumped around a lot. But there was one, it was, which trait do you admire, appreciate? Something like that, like which trait is most important to you? And the first one there was kindness. And I was like, oh heck yeah, kindness. But I need to read the other ones. But like I'm already like 99% sure I'm gonna pick kindness. And I get all the way to the end. And the last one was open-mindedness. And like that fast I was like, oh nope, that one. And I clicked it. And like no matter how nice you are, if you aren't open-minded, you're not very nice. Like, I can't stand people that judge others for like any average thing. Like, they have to be a bad person in order for me to judge them harshly. Like, like I might whine and complain about people that, like, who cares? You have to get your complaints out. That happens. But if you judge somebody like, oh my gosh, she is so ugly, or, like, she's into chicks and that's really gross, like, that just, that ain't gonna fly with me. You have to be open-minded and realize oh, hey, not everybody is just like me. Not everybody is, the ideal. I put that in quotes, by the way, because there is no actual ideal. People are just judgmental a-holes. So, yeah, like open-mindedness. I want to be somewhere where people aren't going to make any of my friends feel bad. Like freaking Alabama, they refused to play Beauty and the Beast because there was a gay character? Really? Alabama, you stupid. And I'm not saying Alabamian. I don't know if that's the word. I'm not necessarily saying that the people in Alabama are stupid, but if you were against that movie specifically because one minor character was not straight, that's really sad. That's really stupid. Like, oh my God, this ignoring the fact that it's all fake. There are real people in the real world who are not straight. There are real animals in the natural world that are not straight. Obviously, it's a naturally occurring thing if animals do it. God, people. So yeah. Also, I don't want to be somewhere like Florida where they're hit with like hurricanes and stuff a lot. I don't want that. No, thank you. No big natural disasters. 41. What living person other than family members do you most admire? Who do I most admire? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. 42. What has been your favorite family vacation? I have answered this question so many times, you guys can probably tell me what my favorite family vacation is. 43. If you could choose your own nickname, what would it be? I actually really like all of the nicknames I have. Like, my name is Elizabeth, so people call me Liz, Lizzie, Lizard, Blizzard. I love that one. I did not come up with it. Like Lizard Lee, my dad came up with, and that's because my middle name is Lee. And then, Lizard came from Liz, which is from Elizabeth. I don't like Eliza. I'm not big on Beth. So if I could choose my own nickname, it would just be Liz. Like, I like it. When I introduce myself to people, a lot of times I'll be like, I'm Elizabeth or Liz, whichever you prefer to call me. I don't care. Like, Elizabeth is my name, and I think it's a beautiful name. But Liz is a lot faster to say. 44. Who is the funniest person you know? Well, the person who makes me laugh the most is Megan, like my best friend. So, like, to me, she's the funniest person. To other people, maybe not so much. Yeah. 45. What's your favorite thing about one of your grandparents? Alright, so all of Marky Poo's, I was instructed to make them with extra love. So that's why I kissed it and he got a heart. I don't know what else to do to give it extra love. I don't know. I sent him 3 different clips while I was working on it, though. Maybe that works? I don't know. I'm the world's biggest dork, though. Like, confirmed. Just watch. Just watch them.
Who's a good set of Olympic rings? You are. You're so beautiful. Oh, so precious. Oh, you're so precious. Is that enough love for you? You rock Olympic rings, TK. Oh, hell yeah. That was one of my favorite characters from Digimon. So you rock. Oh, yeah. You're just gonna keep getting these until I'm done or you respawn. I'm just saying. Who's got the D? TK. D's got the D. What? Literally every response I can think of is sexual. And that's not extra love. That's unwanted love. I'm such a bad person. But it's gonna fit in there just fine. Yeah. D.
Okay, there was a bit of a gap there. 45. What's your favorite thing about one of your grandparents? Only 2 of mine are alive, and it's both of my grandmas. My mom's mom has the best smelling house ever. Like it smells amazing. And she's really nice. She's very caring. I Every time I've gone to see her, she always gives me something. Like last time I went, she gave me this huge bag of threads, which I haven't done anything with, but like I still have them. And then my other grandma is a very loving person. Like she has so many dogs and she has too many to be honest, but she feels like she can't just abandon them because you're not necessarily gonna have someone else that can take care of them. And we go out to eat every once in a while, and it's always fun. 46. Tell the person to your right your favorite thing about them. Okay, well, I have a tissue box to my right. Tissue box, my favorite thing about you is that I just opened you, so you still have a lot of tissues left. So it's going to be a little while before I have to buy another one. 47. Do you ever talk to yourself? When and what do you say? Well, I mean, technically I'm talking to myself right now. But no, I talk aloud all the time. And I know a lot of people think it's weird, but that is the easiest way for me to like get through a situation. Because talking out loud makes it feel, I don't know, not necessarily like unpersonal, but it feels more detached from the situation. So it allows me to think about it with a clearer head. I know that sounds really silly. Another way to explain it would be like if you've written a paper and you read it in your head and it sounds fine, and then you read it out loud and you're like, whoa, that sentence makes no sense. Like hearing it is different from reading it. And so you notice like, oh wow, I need to fix the structure of this sentence. It's a different approach to the same problem. And having more than one approach is always good. Like if the first one doesn't work, you try the second one. If the second one doesn't work, you try the third one, and you just keep going. And a lot of ways for me to come up with those options is to talk about them out loud. It helps me think better. It helps me analyze the situation better. So yeah. And then there are times where I'm just like, dang it, Liz, why did you do that? You're so stupid. And then, yeah, that doesn't get me through the situation. That just makes me feel like a dork. 48. When you're having a bad day, what do you do to make yourself feel better? I play with Tess Nest. She always makes me feel better. Cross stitching always makes me feel better because I absolutely love it. And I've said it before. Doing the kind of stuff that you love, it should make you feel better. If it doesn't make you feel better, you probably don't love it as much as you think you do. Let's see. I'll watch, a good TV show. I'll play a fun game. Stuff like that. 49. Which TV family is most like your own? Um, uh, I don't, I don't know. I can't think of any military families because the main focus of a show was never a family that's constantly moving. So, yeah, I got nothing for that. 50. What's your favorite smell in the whole world? Vanilla. I love vanilla so much. And it's pretty much vanilla scented things because like pure vanilla tastes like no. It tastes like no. Like pure concentrated vanilla. So I love the smell of vanilla. But like I said earlier, I love the smell of my grandma's house. My maternal grandmother, like I walk in there and I'm just like, oh, I love the smell. So when my parents just recently went to go visit everybody over there, they took some stuff from her house, including the freezer. And as soon as I walked into the garage and where the freezer was and all the packing or the camping supplies that they brought, I was like, oh my gosh, it smells like grandma's house. And I was really excited because I love the way it smells. 51. What do you think is the greatest invention of all time? Um, ooh. Well, I mean, like the internet's really freaking sweet, but we wouldn't have the internet without computers. And we wouldn't have computers without like circuit boards and all these other things. So the greatest invention of all time would most likely be one of the first ones. I mean, the automobile's pretty freaking sweet. The cellular phone is pretty awesome. Wow, that's hard. Ooh. I mean, so is a spoon, though. Like, I laugh, but there is a lot of stuff I would have trouble eating if it were not for a spoon. I go from a freaking computer and a handheld phone to a damn spoon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the greatest invention of all time is. Like, for me personally, like the internet, man. The internet. 52. Using one word, how would you describe your family? Like military. 53. Would you rather win an Olympic medal, an Academy Award, or the Nobel Peace Prize? I think the Nobel Peace Prize. Because the Olympic medal is for doing really good in sports. The Academy Award is for doing really well in a movie. And the Nobel Peace Prize is like you've actually done something for society in some way, right? Like something great. Like, yeah, I'd love to be great at a sport. I'd love to be a good actor, but I'd rather have, I'd rather make a good positive impact on the world. Like, there are plenty of Olympic athletes that are doing drugs and crap. Like, they're not every single person there is a good person. And there are plenty of actors who are just a-holes. So, 54. What's your favorite time of day? I like it around like 8 or 9 a.m. Like the sun is out, but it's not so high in the sky that everybody's just burning and it's super hot and we're all dying. Bleh, no, summer, go away. I don't want you. So, yeah, I like early morning. 55. What's your favorite season? Is fall what I said before? We'll stick with fall. 56. What's the one food you could never bring yourself to eat? Cat. I could never, or a dog. I couldn't eat either of those. Like, even if I was like starving in a cave, I don't. Ooh, like unless the cat and or dog died beforehand, like I could not be the one to kill them and cook them. I couldn't. No way. No. Whether it's one I know or not, like I view cats and dogs as family members, and like so it feels like it would be cannibalism. I know it's not because we're not the same species, but we're family, so that would just be a big no-no for me. Like no, I don't want to, and I hope I never have to, because the only way it would ever happen is if I literally had to. Like that is it. And I like to think I'll never be in that scenario. Dear person torturing me, I am lying. This is the lie. Don't bother feeding me cat or dog, because I'm clearly lying right now. 57. What is the sound you love the most? I love listening to Tessa talk. She's so sweet. But I love the piano. The piano's really beautiful. Ooh. Violins are gorgeous too. Man, I don't know. That's tough. These are hard questions. 58. What three famous people, living or dead, would you want at your fantasy dinner party? What, dinner party again? Seriously? I don't do dinner parties. Well, apparently I need Patton there because I always talk about him. I mean, I'd like to meet Martin Luther King Jr. And Amelia Earhart would be interesting. Oh, you know what? I'm lying. You know what? I want Patton. I want DJ McHale, the guy who wrote the Pendragon series, and Rick Riordan, who wrote the Percy Jackson series. Boom. I loved all their books. I read your book, you bastard! Okay. 59. If you could ask the president one question, what would it be? Well, shit. Why did you not research anything about being, about what it entails to be president before you ran? Like a dumbass? Um, Could you please go away and make Bernie Sanders president instead? That'd be pretty fucking sweet. Oh my God. Dude, you guys, I was really depressed around the time of the election because I did not want Trump and I did not want Hillary. And I still don't. Like, God, Bernie Sanders all the way. Oh my God. America, you make some really stupid decisions. And having only like two main parties and believing that those are the only ones that you can vote for that could potentially become president is really idiotic. Get your head out of your ass. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. 60. If you could pick a new first name, what would it be? I would not pick a new first name. Elizabeth is literally my favorite female name. Like, I could not be happier with my name. And I love Elizabeth Lee. Like, that's, I don't care. Like, I don't care about changing my last name when I get married. If I keep it, whatever. I'm not going to hyphenate it. I don't. I'm not going to do that. No. Nobody needs 4 freaking names, okay? But I love Elizabeth Lee. I love it. I love it. It's perfect in my eyes, and I'm cool with it. 61. If you had to leave Earth on a spaceship and take 4 friends with you, who would they be? Okay, Megan for sure. Sam for sure. And I feel like I need to bring a guy. Like, those two could actually potentially get together. So. Who would I want to bring on a spaceship? Ooh. I don't know. Could I bring Tessa? Does she count? She's my friend. I'm such a stupid person. Oh my gosh. Although, I mean, like, that'd be pretty freaking sweet. But she's pretty old also. And I would not want her to get sick on a spaceship where we don't have a vet. So damn it, that is a no. Although I could not go without her. Like, Nope. No. So I'm back to Sam and Megan. Dude, I don't know. Who else would I bring with me? Ooh, hello, Facebook. Who else should I bring with me? Where? That is a picture of myself. Yeah, I will totally bring myself. Friends. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to have my brother there. I feel like such a bad person because I'm like, no, 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 no. Lizzie, you're so bad. Dude, I don't know. This is really boring for you guys, but it's helping me get more time. So, like, exactly. Yep, for sure. Dude, I have no idea. You guys should think about who you would bring. Although most of you have probably already answered and think I'm really annoying and want me to move on. But, like, I'm trying, and I just know what he's popping up at me. My coworker, Mark, he'd be fun to bring. No. Matt from high school would be fun. He was cool. Not my ex. That would be weird. Sam, I already chose to bring her. Tanya! Oh my god, I could bring Tanya! She's my best friend that used to work at my store. That would be so awesome to have Tanya there. So yes, I would pick Sam, Megan, and Tanya. That would be spectacular. Oh my gosh, we would have so much fun in space. 62. What is your favorite movie quote? Oh man. Okay, so if you have not seen the movie Clue, you need to skip ahead several seconds. Like skip ahead 30 seconds, all right? My favorite quote from Clue is the very end where I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife. Oh my gosh! I love it so much because like the whole movie, you're just like, oh, he's gay, and then oh nope, what? And it was so funny. He was my favorite character from the very beginning. Like, oh man. And then of course, inconceivable, or hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Dude, anything from The Princess Bride is just perfect. 63. What's your pet peeve or peeves? People who do not turn on their turn signals. That pisses me off so much. Like, turning on your turn signal isn't for you. It's for the other drivers. It's for me. And if you don't signal that you're trying to get over, and I have to slam on my brakes because you think it's safe for you to get over, oh, hell no. Ooh, I want to strangle people. Like, ooh, I am not a violent person, but that pisses me off so much. And it also pisses me off when people can't turn off their turn signal. If I am giving you a crap ton of room, that should indicate something to you. Oh, I'm not trying to get over. What is this girl doing? Oh my gosh, my turn signal's on. I should turn that off. Ooh! Motorcyclists who drive in between vehicles. That is illegal in every U.S. state except for California. And I'm not in California. So every time that happens, I'm just like, oh yeah, hey, you're breaking the fucking law. Ooh, and honestly, like I don't like people doing that anywhere. That is just asking for an accident to happen, and I don't like it. Uh, ooh, ooh. I don't like people who complain like, oh, this person does this all day, blah, 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 and then they turn around and do the same thing. Like, really? You are such a hypocrite. No, no, no. Okay. 64. Do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or out? Tucked out. I cannot sleep with my sheets tucked in because I've said it before. My feet get very hot, and if my feet are really hot, I can't sleep. So I almost always have to have one foot like outside of the blankets. Can't do that if the sheets are tucked in. Although I don't actually, no, I'm lying to you. Like some of my sheets are tucked in. I don't sleep under sheets. I sleep under only the blankets. Like I get too hot to use that many layers. 65. Do you ever count your steps when you walk? Not on like a watch or anything like that. It'll just because like I have nothing else to do. So I'm like 1, 2, I count stairs a lot. And it's just because, it gives me something to think about. Because I'm bad knees run in my family. So, anything to get my mind off of my knees hurting or anything. 66. What's your favorite kind of sandwich? Nutella or peanut butter? Not together because that's absolutely disgusting, and not with jelly because I also think that's gross. So, yeah, I'm weird. I know. If anybody's wondering, assuming this lines up properly, the reason why I added those extra yellow stitches at the end behind Doctor Strange, it's because I could tell it wasn't a perfect circle all the way around. And so adding those strips on the edges, every once in a while just made it look better to me.
I'm sorry. I just noticed it wasn't recording. All I did was what I always do. Cut him out. So, yeah. Sorry.
Number 69. Who is the kindest person you know? Gonna have to go with Tanya on that one. Like, even when she doesn't like somebody, like, she is so nice. She can't say mean things. She is definitely the nicest person I know.
There we go. Oh, just stabbed myself. Vote for Doctor Strange! I would totally like to have him as president. That would work for me. I took a Claritin like 2 hours ago, and I'm still all bleh. So, woo. I have one more to do for Marky Poo, and it's the Hydra symbol, so that'll be fine. You know, I already made a joke about voting for president with one of the pins, and I did that with Charizard and Deadpool, and I did it again with Doctor Strange. Can you tell I am not fond of the current president, and like I would want anyone rather than him, especially someone from the Marvel universe, apparently? Okay, 70. What's the best part about having siblings? You usually don't grow up being spoiled rotten because you have to learn to share, you know, and as a middle child, I had to accept hand-me-downs whether I wanted to or not, and I've always been okay with it. Like I've always been a cheapskate, whatever. And I've always had to share because, you know, oh, your other siblings want stuff because oh, she's the firstborn and oh, he's the youngest, so he doesn't know better, and you know, you gotta learn to share. Um yeah, I think the biggest thing is you're almost guaranteed to not grow up spoiled rotten. But I have met plenty of people with siblings who are just spoiled little craps. And I've met plenty of only children who are very sweet and are not spoiled rotten. Most of the time it's based on how the parents raise them. And then, you know, you grow up and you pretty much have guaranteed friends for life. 71. What is the scariest movie you've ever seen? So, I used to be terrified of horror movies when I was a little child, and the first horror movie I was really introduced to was Nightmare on Elm Street. And if you have seen that movie, the very first death out of every single movie, that very first one is the worst one. This girl is sleeping. Her name is Jane, and in dreams, that's when Freddy Krueger attacks. And he's the bad guy in Nightmare on Elm Street, for anyone that doesn't know. And he starts slicing her up. Like, he cuts her chest open. And, you know, do the buttons fly up first? Like, it's nothing, you don't see anything sexual going on. But, you know, like, her shirt gets opened, and then you see these well, no, you just see 4 rips in her skin, these huge cuts that just go all the way across her torso. And you're just like, holy crap, like, her chest is open. Like, there's blood. I can see blood. And then she gets dragged across the ceiling and the walls, and she is screaming, and her boyfriend is just freaking out. And then, you know, she eventually does die, and she falls on the bed, and it was traumatizing as a child. Oi, 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 oi. And that was the only part of the movie I saw because one of the other girls at the sleepover, she was very freaked out as well. We walked away, and that I didn't see the first part of the movie. Like, some of us were off playing something, and then we came in, and I saw that scene, and I was just traumatized. But we had to stay in the room because it was getting late, and the parents didn't want, and it was a big sleepover. 3rd grade, okay, so you can have that many kids over, whatever. And so we moved away, and she was even more scared than I was. And I don't know how we came up with this because I feel really stupid, but she was facing away from the TV, and I was facing her. So in my peripherals, I could see the movie. But for the most part, I tried to just look down so I wouldn't have to see it. But at one point, I look up, and it's when Jane is in a big body bag. And, you know, she's calling out to Nancy. And there's bugs and centipedes, and it's disgusting and creepy. And as a child, that was terrifying to me. I didn't get any sleep that night. Like, I just laid on the floor, like, almost in tears, because I was just like, if I fall asleep, Freddy Krueger's gonna kill me. Or no, I don't even think I realized his name was Freddy Krueger. I was just like, that guy with the knives is gonna kill me. And I don't want to die. And it took 2 good weeks of me sleeping in my mom's bed. Okay, that is the last time no. When we went to my grandma's house a couple of years ago, I slept in her bed. That's because all the other ones were taken, and I didn't want to sleep on the floor. But that was the last time I slept in my mom's bed. It was in 3rd grade. Because I was so scared, I could not sleep on my own. I couldn't sleep. Even with my mom in the bed with me, I was still scared that I was going to get, you know, ripped apart, killed. And that's when she introduced me to the show V, where he plays the most lovable alien ever. Robert Englund, V. What was his character's name? Like Eddie, or it was something really cute. What was his name? Um, oh, come on, really? Really? Willie! His name was Willie. Oh, he was just the sweetest character. And if you guys have seen V at all, you know that the aliens eat people. And he wouldn't. He saved people. He risked his life to save people. He was such a good character. And my mom had to like beat it into my head that Willie was the same character as Freddy Krueger, and it was just an actor. It was all fake. And eventually, it worked for me, and now I love horror movies. And Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I also really love Scream, which is by the same man. And he even makes fun of Nightmare on Elm Street in the movie Scream. He's like, no, they have Drew Barrymore. She's like, oh yeah, that's Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. And then the guy on the phone's like, oh yeah, that one was scary. And then Drew Barrymore's like, yeah, but all the other ones were stupid. Which I disagree with. I thought Dream Warriors is potentially a better movie than the first Nightmare on Elm Street, just because they fight back, and I love that. And A New Nightmare was spectacular. They had the actors playing themselves, but like Freddy Krueger was real, and if you haven't seen it, I totally recommend it if you like horror movies. It was spectacular. But you have to have at least seen the first Nightmare on Elm Street in order to really enjoy it. So, yeah. For me, Nightmare on Elm Street was the scariest movie I've ever seen. Because every horror movie I've seen since, they don't, like, jump scares will scare me, but it's never gotten to the point where I can't sleep. Because every single horror movie, like, if you just hop on a plane and go to, like, Bermuda, you're safe. Like, it annoys me. Or, like, oh, Jaws is so scary. Really? Because if you just stay out of the water, he can't get you. Also, in the real world, sharks don't like the taste of people. Like, yeah, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to lose a limb. But that's it. It's not going to come back and bite you because they don't like the way people taste. I'm really pissed about the movie Jaws because so many people have misconceptions about sharks because of it, and it really pisses me off. So that one's not scary. There are so many movies where it's like, dude, if you have a kitchen in your house, go get a damn steak knife and stab that mother trucker. Like, yeah, you have the immortal ones, but they're always walking. So if you just run, get in your car, drive to the airport, get a ticket, get out of there, how are they going to find you? Are they smart enough? Do they have enough money to go and buy a ticket? Are they just going to slowly walk through on like the bottom of the ocean to get to you? Because by the time they make it to Bermuda or wherever you bought your ticket, you could have flown to somewhere else. And is he going to be smart enough to be able to find you? Probably not. So it's so stupid. But Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, he attacks you in your dreams. You are going to die if you don't sleep. So he's going to get you eventually. And that is what scares me about him, or what did. Because now I am so weird. If I'm having a scary dream, I'm not kidding, Freddy Krueger will pop up and save me. Like, in my dreams, Freddy Krueger is the guy who saves me. Like, that sounds so wrong because, he's the bad guy in his own movies. But in my dreams, like, he saves me all the time. I'm weird, alright? I can admit that. 72. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? Right now, I want to travel to Antarctica because that's the continent I'm most likely to ever visit. Because all I have left are Antarctica and South America. And South America is just south of me. So, that is the one I am most likely to go to right now. Because I've been to all the other ones. 73. What is your favorite family tradition? we open one present on Christmas Eve. I really like that one because, you know, it doesn't destroy the magic of Christmas at all or anything like that. It just, it enhances it because, you know, you're like, ooh, you know, I got this one. And you have a whole day to play with that one toy or, you know, one game or whatever. And then the next day you get everything and you're just like, oh my gosh, what do I do first? You know, so sometimes it's kind of nice to only have one. You don't have to worry about, ooh, what do I do first? 74. Who's your celebrity crush? Dylan O'Brien from Teen Wolf and Maze Runner. Like, I got a crush. But that's all it is. I don't actually want to date him. I've just got a crush on him. 75. What trait do you like the most about yourself? I smile a lot. Like, even if I'm having a really crappy day, I will still smile at people. I'll still do my best to remain happy or appear happy at the very least. Like, I don't know if I go so far as to say I'm an optimist. I feel like I'm more of a realist, but I'm happy. I am a happy person. And yeah, I get customers who make fun of me for it, but I have more customers who tell me they really appreciate it. I've had customers come in and they're like, you know, I keep coming back because of you. Every time I come in here, you're always smiling at me. You know, whether you come up and say, hey, how are you doing? How's it going? You know, stuff like that. Or you just stand there, you always smile. And it makes me feel good. And that makes me feel good that I make them feel good. Because I love smiling. Like, I'm not a fan of my smile, but I love how smiling makes me feel. And I love seeing other people smile back at me. That makes me feel good too. So it's all happiness and smileys on over here. I love it. 76. What are you good at? Gosh, you guys, you know, I'm looking at this cross stitch slowly come to life of the Hydra symbol from Marvel, and I have no idea what I am good at. I mean, clearly it's not cross stitching, you guys. I mean, obviously I suck at that. Oh man, yeah, cross stitching. I'm very good at cross stitching. Actually, you know what? I think that would be a lie. What am I good at? I'm good at crocheting. I am great at cross stitching. Yeah, I went there. It's true. Oh my gosh, you guys. So, as I said in the first video, all of these pins are for Michael's Cares Awareness Month. We have raised, I think he said we're almost to $80, and it's only the 9th. So we're not even a third of the way through the month, and we've already raised more than what was raised last year, the year before, or at our store manager's previous store. Like, I am so happy. This has been such a success, and hopefully it's going to continue to be. It's awesome. And he said that we are 3rd in the district. And the district is like 4 or 5 states or something. Or unless, oh, was it zone? It might have been just the state. But I'm not sure. But we're 3rd, okay? Like, that's amazing to me. We're doing really well. I'm really proud of us. And it makes me really happy. And today he went over the radio and he was telling us, you know, there are bagels in the classroom for $1, you know, and we're using them, the proceeds are going to Michael's Cares. And he stopped talking over the radio after that. So I was like, well, I have to plug the pins. And I was like, yeah, and I'm making pins. They're in the break room. Woohoo! You should get one. And then Justin was like, yeah, you guys should. They're really nice. I've already got one. Janice has one. Terry has one. And they're only $5. And Elizabeth is the cross-stitch wizard. And I was just like, I like that, cross-stitch wizard. And I'm stitching the magnificent wizard. Like, what? I feel like I just made a, you know, hey, Stitch is helping me stitch joke. Like, oh my gosh. I love repeating words in a sentence when it's like legitimate. In songs, when they rhyme the same word with the same word, I'm always like, really? Wow, I could do that. I can rhyme the same word. Like, that doesn't take skill. So, but apparently if it's in regular conversation, I think it's great. But in a song, no. These musicians are more talented than me. They should show that. Such a bad person. 77. What fictional character do you wish you could meet? Ooh. Okay, so although Styles Stilinski from Teen Wolf is probably my favorite character of all time, I would really like to meet, like, Spike the vampire from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or even Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Because, like, that would open up the possibility that, like, there's supernatural stuff going on in the world. Or it would just be, like, super exciting, because I love both of those characters. I mean, Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. That would be spectacular. Just, oh, wow. What fictional character do you wish you could meet? Dude, screw it. Charizard. I want to meet Charizard. I want to meet a dragon, and I want him to fly me around. And I want him to breathe fire. Not on anybody, unless they're like a horrible pedophile or rapist or something. Like, then he can burn them. I'm cool with that. He can breathe fire out into the air, and that would be like just jaw-dropping for me. 78. If you could be great at one sport, which would you choose? Okay, so I'm already really good at badminton, so I'm not going to pick that one. So, I really like soccer. That'd be cool to be good at. The main drawback for me with any sport is that I have asthma. So, that's a factor. Any sport, which would you choose? You know what? I'd love to be good at swim, or to be great at swimming. Like, whether it's like the butterfly or the breaststroke or whatever, I don't know I'm not a very good swimmer. And again, that comes back to me having asthma. I don't enjoy holding my breath, so I don't enjoy swimming. I doggy paddle a lot. So, but yeah, I would like to be great at swimming. That would be good. I would be happy with that. 79. What's the first thing you do when you get home from a trip? I greet the cat. I'm always like, hey, Tess, there you were. And I pick her up and I give her a lot of hugs and loving and kisses. And then a lot of times I go and shower. Like, some trips we go on, we can shower every day and it's fine. Other days it's like, yeah, no, there's no shower here. Like if we've gone camping or something. And then, you never feel good after getting off of an airplane. All of those people cooped up in that little area for so many hours, excuse me, never leaves you feeling really clean. 80. Would you rather spend 5 days exploring Disney or New York City? Ooh. Oh, that's hard because, like, I've been to Disney and I love Disney, but I haven't been to New York and I'd love to visit New York. I think it would depend. If I had friends, I would rather visit New York City. If on my own, I'd rather go to Disney. Because I would not be embarrassed about going on a ride on my own. Because for the most part, most rides, you don't get to talk to your friends anyways. But New York City, I would rather travel with a friend to a new place like that. Just because, like, I have heard some horror stories. And, like, I do not want to wind up in a bad situation where it is me against one or more people. No, thank you. 81. Whose parents did you wish you had? I'm quite happy with mine. Did I ever wish for different parents? Not that I know of. I mean, like, I've watched shows like Seventh Heaven where it's like, oh my gosh, their parents are perfect. But, like, he was a minister or whatever, and it's like, nah, I don't want to have to go to church. Like, the Brady Bunch were great, but, like, nah, I don't want, 5 siblings? Nah, I'm cool. Like, I don't know. 82. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would you choose? Oh man, you guys, that's so hard. I mean, looking at this video right here, that fabric, bought it at Michael's. All of that thread, bought it at Michael's. The hoop that this is in, bought it at Michael's. The stand that it's on, I bought it at Michael's. The needle I'm using, bought it at Michael's. Clearly, I need to shop it free at Victoria's Secret. No, it would be Michael's. Like, I would have a fucking field day. Like, oh my gosh, I would buy so much yarn, or I would get so much yarn because it's free. And like, I'm not buying stuff if it's free. I'd get so much yarn. I would get literally all of the thread. I just all of it. I would get all the regular, the DMC thread, the satin thread, the variations thread, the metallic, like all of it. It would all be mine. I would probably get a lot of plastic canvas too. I would get all of the needles. I would get, I'd get all of the cross-stitch kits. Like, why the hell not? You know, like, just because I'm not going to do it anytime soon doesn't mean I won't do it way in the future. I would get all of the keychains that we have that are super cute. There's like seahorses and unicorns, and they're just tiny and they're fuzzy and they're so cute, and I need to buy them. And I keep forgetting because I'm never by kids. I'm always in the frame shop or in the framing area, which is not kids. I would buy a ton of frames. Oh, heck yeah. We have some beautiful frames. I would get so many things custom framed. So many things. Oh my goodness. Like, I finally got the Pokemon cross-stitch professionally framed, and I could not be happier. I got my Call of the Wolf cross-stitch. I got the Blessed Are the Purr and Heart cross-stitch framed. I got my accounting degree framed. I think that's all I've gotten so far. If I had more money, I would totally frame so many things. Or, you know, if I got to shop for free, I would buy so many frames. Oh my gosh. I'd buy a lot of miniature stuff too, because those things are so cute. I may not have a purpose for them yet, but I'm sure one day I would find a purpose for them. Yeah, I just, like, oh my goodness, you guys. I would buy so much. I would get so much stuff. I would probably just take the whole damn store. Clearly, I can't choose my own because I am not screwing myself and my people over, but no, that means I can't screw over the other stores either because that would ultimately still affect me. Dang it. I mean, if I couldn't choose Michael's, it would probably be Joann's. Like, you know. 83. What personal trait has gotten you in the most trouble? I think that I'm loud. Probably that I'm loud. I don't know. I don't get in trouble very often. So, I don't know. 84. Which celebrity chef would you most like to fix you a meal? The only one I can think of is Gordon Ramsay. I don't know any other celebrity chefs. I don't know. Like, and because I'm not cooking, he'll be nice to me. If I were cooking, he would yell at me a lot, and no. Mm-mm. No. 85. Who is your favorite athlete? I don't have one because I could not care less. See, I didn't say I could care less because that means that I could care less, and I really couldn't. Like, Tiger Woods is an athlete, but he's a piece of crap. Michael Phelps is an athlete who has a ton of Olympic gold medals, which is amazing, but, like, I don't care, whatever. Usain Bolt was awesome because he can run really freaking fast, but, like, whatever. Yeah, I don't have a favorite athlete. I can only name, like, the super famous popular ones. I don't have a favorite athlete because I don't really care about sports. Like, I'm not happy about the fact that someone who plays football makes more money than someone who goes and saves people's lives in the back of an ambulance. I'm just saying. Like, entertainment is great, but, like, if it weren't for doctors and teachers and firefighters and policemen, we wouldn't get to enjoy that entertainment. So, yeah, especially teachers. Teachers need to make more money. It is insane what they have to deal with. 86. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received? Actually, it just says you've received, but I added ever because, you know, it's the best piece of advice you've received. Probably that it's totally okay to go outside without wearing makeup. I have met so many people, mostly women, obviously, who, even if they're just going out to like fill the gas tank in their car, so like the chances of them actually like seeing someone is like very minuscule. But I've met people who they can't even do that without putting on a ton of makeup and putting on really nice clothing and looking perfect. Dude, like who? No. You do not have to get dolled up and look beautiful every single day of your life. Like, oh my goodness. So I like that. You know, you don't have to put in this insane amount of effort for something that doesn't matter. Like, if guys wore as much makeup as women did, I might be okay with it, but they don't. Like, there's this expectation that women are supposed to wear a bunch of makeup, but nobody cares if a man has his face, bright red or covered in pimples or anything like that. But if you see a woman like that, oh hell no, why didn't she put on foundation? Why isn't she wearing eyeliner? Why doesn't she have on lipstick? And it disgusts me. Like, no. Okay? No one should have to feel ashamed of the skin that they're in for any reason. Like, I mean, I've met some people who have like severe acne, and I do not fault them one bit for choosing to put on makeup, as long as they're doing it for themselves. If you're doing it for the people around you, no, they do not deserve that. You need to do it for you. You are the only person who matters when it comes to your skin. 87. If you had to pick a new name for yourself, what name would you pick? Didn't I literally just tell them no, that my name is perfect? Really? Really? 88. Would you rather be the most popular kid in school or the smartest kid in school? Well, I was one of the smartest kids in school, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with smartest. Like, looking back on the people that were like, the most popular or whatever, and honestly, at my high school, in Japan, there weren't really popular people. Like, we all knew each other, so it wasn't really a popularity thing, at least not in my memory. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't cool, so that's why I don't remember it that way, but nobody really stood out to me as, oh yeah, those are the popular kids. Like, man, who cares? We all knew each other. But at my high school in the US that I went to for one whole semester, all of the popular people that I met were fucking bitches. And I mean, they were mean to everybody. They were mean to each other, and I would never want that. So I would pick smartest kid in school every day, all day. 89. What do you like to do on a rainy day? Not drive because no one can drive in the rain. Oh my god, that's another pet peeve. Dude, okay, if it is raining, you turn on your damn lights. You turn on your damn windshield wipers, and you use your damn turn signals every single time. You brake a little bit sooner than you normally would, and you either go the speed limit or below it. If you were speeding and you hydroplane and you cause an accident, you are a piece of crap. 90. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team? The worst player on a great team, because if I'm on a great team, there are no bad players. Like, that's what makes a team great, is that they are all good and they all work together well. And even being the worst player, I'm still on a great team. So, 91. What is your favorite thing about the beach? Ooh, I like looking at the shells. They're beautiful. The feel of sand on your toes when your feet are not wet and the sand is not wet and there's no rocks, that always feels nice. But usually there are rocks, so usually that hurts. I don't like the heat. I don't like the sun, so those are huge no-nos. Favorite thing about the beach. There are usually like really hot guys without their shirts on. I am really big on chests and arms, like, so yeah, seeing hot guys at the beach, yes. I don't like Speedos on any guy, though. I don't care if you have, like, the perfect body. I don't want to see you in a Speedo. Ew, 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 ew. 92. If you could be anywhere else right now, where would it be? In bed sleeping. That's it. That's all that I could think of. Yay. Well, would you look at that? You pop up in the video and you're here in the narration. Huh. Yeah. Aren't you just the sweetest little Kelly? Yes, you are. My perfect little kitten. Oh, where are you going? Why are you behind me? I can't pet you as easily when you're behind me. Come back over here. Come back towards the webcam, Desness. Come back towards the webcam. Ooh, I think I spit on the webcam. Oh, yeah. Or maybe you did. Did you brush up against it with your wet nose? Huh? Did you get some nose drip on the webcam? Oh, baby. Look at you. You're so cute playing with that string. 93. What is your favorite Disney movie? Okay, so growing up, my very first favorite Disney movie was actually Robin Hood with them as foxes. Love that one. I would watch it day after day after day after day. And then as I got a little bit older, it was Aladdin. And I loved Jasmine. I loved Aladdin. I loved the genie. I loved the carpet. I loved Raja. I loved everything about it. I loved the music. And then I got to high school and I was like, wow, like the Disney movie with the best message is Beauty and the Beast. And it has beautiful visuals, amazing songs. Like, seriously, you guys, Be Our Guest. I love that song so much. Like, most of you probably actually do have an idea, because I have probably sung it more than once on this channel. And it just, I mean, it has such a good message, you know? You have to look past how people look. Or you have to look past someone's appearance. There we go. Saying look twice just sounds really stupid. I just discussed this. But I mean, it has such a beautiful message. But, I freaking loved Tangled. Oh my goodness. Like, I mean, it has good music. It is not even close to being my favorite soundtrack, but that movie was spectacular. It was beautiful from start to finish. I love it so much. Like, Pascal has got to be one of the best companions, like, ever. And then the horse is great. His Majesty? No, I don't remember his name. Oh, well, I mean, if you've seen Tangled, you know exactly who I'm talking about. That horse is great. But not as great as my Pearl. Yeah, oh, you're purring so loud. Yeah. Yes, you are. Let's see if we can get it on the webcam, huh? Yeah. You're purring so loud. Oh, baby. Okay. Next question. 94. Which of the 7 dwarfs is most like you? I'm gonna have to go with Happy or Sneezy, because I sneeze a lot, and so did he. But I remember the last time I was asked the 7 dwarves, I could not name one of them, and I'm pretty sure it was Happy. So let's do this. Happy, Sneezy, Doc, Sleepy, Grumpy, Dopey, Bashful. I got all 7. How many of you can still name all 7? How many of you named the 7 before I did? Because if you did it after I did, it doesn't count, because I just told you the answers. Like, how many of you just knew them? You knew them whether I said it or not. Disney fans, what's up? 95. If someone made a movie of your life, would it be a drama, a comedy, a romantic comedy, action film, or science fiction? Probably a comedy. Like, it would just be me saying stupid things and hearing people wrong and thinking they said stupid things and just overall being a complete dork. And I would probably enjoy it, which probably says a lot of bad stuff about me, like that I'm a narcissist or something, but you know, it would be great. I can laugh at myself, and I think that is a very important quality that everyone should have. Like, yeah, there are times when you shouldn't laugh at yourself because, someone humiliated you. Like, you don't have to laugh at something like that. But I mean, if you misspoke and it wasn't offensive or anything, or at least you didn't mean to be offensive, you gotta be able to laugh that crap off. It's not worth dwelling over. Most other people won't remember it anyways because it was humiliating for you, not for them. You know? Yeah. 96. Name a product or service you love so much that you'd happily be that company's spokesperson. Okay, well, I mean, I I have been telling you guys that I shop at Michael's since my videos started. Like before any of my videos became, the daily work, everything I had was from Michael's. That huge hoop that I stitched the Gen 1 Pokemon on, which I didn't video. Kind of wish I had, but back then I didn't have any of the stuff that I do now. But even back then, all those threads, except for like 3 or 4 colors, all of that, the needles, that huge hoop, everything was from Michael's. So, like, I obviously like the company I work for, and I have liked this company before I worked for them, and I think that's very important. So, and even if I don't stay with this company the rest of my life, I'm going forward, I'm most likely going to continue to love this company. I mean, if just cross stitching in general needed a spokesperson, oh yeah, I would totally just all the way, like 24/7. Like, I mean, now that I'm cross stitching regularly again, I'm dreaming about cross stitching again. Like, I love it. I love it. I cross stitch all day. I cross stitch all night. Like, I'm cool with it. um, is there anything else? I'd happily be the company spokesperson. Um, I mean, loops and threads. This craft stand is by them, and I freaking love this thing. And people always ask me about it. I should be the spokesperson for it. And then maybe people would be like, oh, "Hey, that's Lizard Lee. This is the stand she uses." Boom. 97. If you were guaranteed to be successful in a different profession, what would you want to do? Okay, I assume we're putting aside retail and we're putting aside cross-stitching and being famous on YouTube. Well, I mean, accounting, because I have a degree in it. What would I want to do? I'd want to... I'd be happy with being crochet famous on YouTube. I like crocheting too. I prefer cross-stitching, and I think I always will, but I do enjoy crocheting. Yeah, I don't know. 98. As a child, what did you wish to become when you grew up? I've said this before, a vet, but then we did the allergy test where they had me take my shirt off, lay down on a table, back up, and they poked me several times all over my back, and they just had to wait and see if there was an allergic reaction, and we found out I was allergic to dogs. And then the doctor turned to my dad and he's like, "Well, you could probably guess what else she's allergic to." And he's like, "Cats?" Yep. And I remember we were getting into the car after finding out, and my dad was talking about getting rid of our cat Graybeard. And I just cried and cried and cried and basically told him I would never forgive him. We did not get rid of that cat. So, like, I'm still allergic to this day, and I still break out into hives if I'm around any cat for too long, including Tessa. But I love cats. They are my favorite animal. And the only way I would not have a cat is if Tessa passed away and I wasn't ready to move on and get another. Bless you, Pearl. Hi. Yeah, I'm talking about you. That's a Japanese thing, or at least a Japanese anime thing, and manga, I guess. Oh, you sneeze. Someone must be talking about you. Or thinking about you, whatever. Or yeah, or if I was one of those people that are severely allergic. Like mine is usually it's just an annoyance, and that's mostly also because I take Claritin every morning. That stops most of my allergies. But I've met people that like they'll break out into hives so bad that their esophagus closes up and they can't breathe. So if it got that bad, then no, I would never have another cat. And I haven't had a dog since I was in kindergarten, and I miss Gammy all the time. But my allergies to dogs are even worse than cats, so that's not gonna happen unless it's a teeny tiny dog. But if it yips and yaps a lot, then I would just kill myself. So no. um, where was I going with that? Yeah, like I'm allergic. People think because I have a cat that means I'm not, and that is not true. Like I am still allergic. I still have reactions to them on a daily basis. I will be sneezing in my own home. Like there are 2 cats in this house. I am still allergic to cats. People will try to deny it, but I am. So yeah. 99. What's the worst thing you did as a kid? The worst thing. Lying to my parents about the huge water gun. And it wasn't lying to their face, it was lying by omission. My sister and I think I was handing it to her, and I thought she had it, and she didn't, and I let it go, and she didn't quite have a grasp on it, so it fell, and that broke it. And instead of, going to mom and dad and be like, hey, we dropped this, it broke, we hid it, we put it away, and later on my dad found out that it was broken, and he was like, what happened? Like, that doesn't just stop working on its own. So that was bad. And that thing was expensive. That thing was like as big as like a 4-year-old child. It was huge. Thing was a friggin' cannon. I mean, I wrote my name on the wall, and I blamed it on my little brother at the time who could not walk, and then I blamed it on the cat Graybeard that I mentioned earlier. And like, oh really? The cat decides he's gonna write on the wall, and he writes your name? Even as a child, I was a dork. I don't know. Oh, I'm tired again. I went like through a phase where I was wide awake and now I'm sleepy. 100. Where are you going, Tess? Okay. What is the best part of being a part of your family? Getting to travel, dude. Are you kidding me? I mean, I have been to 5 different continents. How many people can say that? I guarantee you, most people have not. And they don't know people that have been to that many continents. Like, am I wrong? No. No, I'm not. I'm speaking the truth. I am a truth speaker right now. Okay. 101. What is your favorite day of the week? Okay, so I mean, growing up, it was always Saturday because, you can sleep in the next day, you can sleep in that day. You don't have to worry about staying, if you stayed up really late or not, because you don't have school on Sunday. And the only reason I wouldn't pick Sunday is because, you can't sleep in the next day. It's Monday, and everybody hates Mondays. Mondays suck. Although now sometimes I work Mondays, sometimes I don't. Like, I don't really have a favorite day of the week anymore. I really like Mondays now, actually, to be honest, because that is the day when the framers only do framing. We don't have to go and count items or rearrange parts of the store. It is all about doing framing because that's the day when our stock comes in, or the truck arrives, and we can't do any of that because it's gonna mess everything up when we get more stuff in stock. So Mondays are really sweet. It was Wednesdays, but they recently changed it to Mondays. I don't know the reason why. I'm cool with it. Like, whatever. I don't care what day of the week it happens on. But the last 2 Mondays I have not worked because I am the slowest framer. I'm the newest one, so it makes sense that I'm the slowest one. The framing manager's been doing it for like, what, 10 years or more? And the other framer has been doing it for like 20 years. And like I've barely been alive for 20 years. So like, it makes sense that I'm not chosen on days where it's like just frame, 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 frame. But I was only supposed to work 9 to 3:30 today, and I was supposed to get 2 frames done. I ended up working 9 to 5 because the other framer called out, and I got 5 frames done. So they only added on, what is that, an hour and a half? 3:30 to 4:30. Yeah, I only had an extra hour and a half of time, but I got 3 more frames done than was expected of me. And I'm like, I'm pretty happy about that. Like, I'm always excited to be back there because it's a challenge. They're not super easy. Some of them are simple, but you still you have to take your time. You have to do it right because otherwise it has to be done again, and the customer gets angry and blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's just it's really fun. That question group is done. So now I have to find another one. I think I had already opened it because oh, here it is. collegeessayguy.com. 100 brave and interesting questions. Let's see. Number 1, what's the toughest decision you made today? The toughest decision I made today. I don't think I made any tough decisions today because I downstocked all the canvases. I downstocked all the notebooks. That was not a tough decision I made. I mean, it wasn't really a decision I made. It was what I was supposed to do today, so that's what I did. I went back to the frame shop and framed 5 pictures, which I mean, I don't know. The only one that was really my decision was the last one. I had the first one actually, but that wasn't a tough decision. I just, my store manager came in and he's like, try and get like these 3 done, and it was canvas stretches, which I'm not the best at, but I'm getting better with each one I do, and they are fun to do. I mean, I get to pull out the air gun and it's like. Like staple, 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 yeah! I make it sound way more exciting than it is. I apologize. I ended up doing a different order first because we had to reorder the mat because when it came in, it had a huge rip in it. And I was like, yeah, no, you can see that, and no one's going to be happy paying for that. I'm actually kind of annoyed that they didn't catch it, but whatever. Where was I going with that? Oh, I did the 3 canvas stretches, and then I did a dry mount, which, for anybody that doesn't know, we put it in this huge machine that presses the artwork onto a board very, very tightly, and it's very, very hot, and it just adheres the image to the board. And then I framed it, and they were all done. And then I went home. I ran all of my trash into the warehouse right before I clocked out because I was like, oh no, I need to clock out now, but I need to bring the trash back. But our compactor's open. So I just laid it there like a douchebag. But I mean, I'd rather have it in the warehouse by the compactor than in the frame shop making it a huge mess. Like, when the compactor's broken, you expect the warehouse to be a mess. If the frame shop is a mess, like, we all get annoyed and we all get in trouble, and it just is not worth it. So that's still not a tough decision. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't feel like I made any tough decisions today. I felt like today was a non-tough decision-making day. 2, what's the toughest decision you made this year? Oh my goodness. I don't know. Was it this year that I spoke to my manager about another associate? Because they're not here at the store anymore, but we had an associate that had threatened customers more than once, and I was extremely uncomfortable with the situation, and I spoke to a manager about it. But I mean, it wasn't necessarily a tough decision. Like, that isn't behavior that we should be okay with. So it's not really a tough decision. Like, I don't. And I don't even know if it was this year. It could have been last year, dude. I don't know, you guys. I have no idea. Oh, 3. What's the toughest decision you ever made? I mean, I wasn't the only one who made the decision, but I mean, we all collectively agreed that Ruby needed to be put down. That was a very tough decision. But it was very bad for her. She had gone completely blind in one eye. I think she went. Oh, she ended up going blind in both eyes, but it started as one at first. She refused to eat anything besides like turkey and milk, and she didn't walk anywhere. She had to be carried. It was so bad. Oh my gosh, and I have a picture of her framed right here. I'm gonna start crying. Next question. 4, what have you forgotten? Well, okay, Harry Potter. That question does nothing for me. 5, if you were guaranteed the answer to one question, what would it be? Well, I mean, I think everybody wants to know the meaning of life, but I'd like to know, like, what happens after we die? Like, is there an afterlife? Is it just like when we're sleeping and it's just blank? Because that's super depressing to me. Like, I have no, I don't disagree, like, fundamentally with people that don't believe in an afterlife. I just think it's sad. It makes me sad. I want there to be something else. And personally, I want it to inherently be good. I want the equivalent of a heaven. 6, what's it like being you right now? It's pretty sweet. I work in the mornings, which is when I always feel the most active. I get to cross stitch a ton, which makes me incredibly happy always. And I've got my little Tessness, who actually ditched me earlier. I looked around as if she were here, but she is not. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Number 7. What makes you nostalgic? TV shows I grew up with. Sailor Moon, Digimon, a little bit of Pokemon. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh my gosh. So nostalgic. And then I saw the movie in theaters and just I love that movie. I am going to buy it, and I am dying to see a sequel. If they don't get a sequel, I'm going to be so pissed, you guys. Like, that movie deserves a sequel. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers we got growing up were crap. I'm sorry if you don't believe me, but they were. Go and rewatch them. Try to take off the nostalgia goggles. Gaggles? What's a gaggle? It's like a gaggle of geese or something. I don't know what I'm saying. They, like, you're going to enjoy them because, it's the original gang. That's always fun. But they suck. They really suck. All right, they suck. My favorite Van Halen song is in the Ivan Ooze Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, which is Dreams. I love that song so much. It's amazing. And obviously I still like the movies enough that I know that the bad guy's name is Ivan Ooze. Because that's the only time he has ever made an appearance. In my memory, he was never on the show. If he was, I missed it. So, yeah. 8. If you had 2 hours left on Earth, what would you do? Well, shit. I would spend most of it with Tessa and my family and my friends. Wow, 2 hours? The hell do you do with only 2 hours? I don't know. I cry. I don't know. I cross stitch. I don't know, you guys. I wouldn't finish Magnificent Wizard. That would be depressing. So,
this is in the way. I need to take it off anyways. Why am I trying to do an outro when I still need to? The request for this one, Harley Quinn and Toothless, which I'm going to be doing next, were all to leave them like this because he wants to. This one I think is going to go on a hat. I think Harley Quinn is going on a backpack. Not sure about Toothless, but there's the gear, and it's metallic, so it feels really cool. And of course, it was super annoying to do, but that's a gear. If I ever did see one stitched, I couldn't find any just like generic gear patterns. Every single one I found was like, oh, here's a Christmas tree. Oh, here's a heart. And it's like, no, he just wanted like a really plain gear, and I could not find one. So the most annoying thing about this was actually not the metallic thread. It was getting the pattern to work. Because, oh my goodness. Obviously, I got there. So, I think this is more like Pins Days 5 and 6. Potentially also 7. Because, so we have, the first one was the Taekwondo one. That was done 2 days ago. Yesterday, I did most of Doctor Strange. And then today, I finished Doctor Strange, did the Hydra, and the gear. So, that was a lot. And I think the video is going to turn out to be like more than 2 hours long. When I just checked, I was at 12 hours and 36 minutes of footage. This is a very long video. I just like, I was planning on having the Taekwondo one and Doctor Strange in a video, and then finishing Doctor Strange, Hydra, and the gear today in another, and I didn't get to do an outro yesterday, so I was like, oh, you know, it'll be really weird if I change clothes like 3 times in one video, or, yeah, but it's already happening now. Well, because it would be weird to see me change 3 times, and the last time being one that was not previously in the video, because I've been wearing this since I did the background for Doctor Strange, so that, like, I've been in this for like several hours now while videoing. 12 and a half hours, you guys, oh my god. Condensed down to 2 hours. Like, that is how fast I have to speed these things up. Usually I do it at 8 times. So, you know, like normally it's 8 hours long. That goes down to 1 hour because I'm doing it 8 times the normal speed. Is that how it works? I don't know. But it gets a lot shorter. Let's see. I usually have an hour. And when I do it at 8 times, it goes down to about 10, 12 minutes. So I think it works. I don't know. Whatever. I'm really tired. I already said that he didn't want me to put this in a pin. So I'm not putting it in a pin. I work tomorrow. So hopefully I'll get to come in and either do Harley Quinn or Toothless. And then I work the next day. So whichever one I didn't do tomorrow, I'm going to do the day after that. And then I work on Thursday as well. And I'm going to start, oh, who was after Brian? Let me pull up the picture because I don't remember off the top of my head. After Brian is Sabrina. Okay, after I do Harley Quinn and Toothless, I'm going to do a Minecraft Creeper and a fox, a super, super, super cute fox. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. And then I'm going to do a duplicate, or well, maybe tomorrow I'll do the duplicate, I don't know, whatever, of the Pirates of the Caribbean skull. I got another Pirates of the Caribbean request, and I was like, do you want the same? We're doing a new one. She looked at the new ones, or the ones I'd already done, and was like, oh, I like that skull, so I'm doing the skull again. So just like a repeat of Deadpool, I'm going to do a repeat of the Pirates of the Caribbean. And the fairy tale symbol, which fairy tale is in T-A-I-L. It's an anime I totally recommend it. I love it. I am behind because, oh well, I mean the dub is behind, but I can only watch the subtitled one when I'm not doing anything else. So I can't watch subtitled ones when I'm stitching. So that really sucks. And then my last requests are for Labyrinth, which is a great movie starring David Bowie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, you totally should. It's the caterpillar, and we're going to have him say, hello, like he did in the movie, and then both of the door knockers, and their quotes. No good, can't hear you, and search me, or just the knockers. It's going to be great. I mean, I honestly wasn't really expecting to find patterns for the knockers. Like the caterpillar, I'm not surprised, because, I mean, he was so cute. Just so cute. Again, the knockers, like, they were there. That people made a pattern for them. It's amazing. It's so exciting. So, okay. Okay. So there's the Doctor Strange I already did, and the Hydra I already did. Oh my gosh. And then Toothless is gonna be in the next episode. Or video episode. Oh, I just watched the second season of Sense8, so I'm just thinking like episode. And then that's the fairy tale symbol for anybody that was wondering. There's Harley Quinn. There she is. I might have to do a different one. I'm not sure, because I'm okay making his bigger because he's still paying the same price as everybody else, and he's not getting the pins. So, and then in all honesty, once I cut it out, that all gets thrown away. So I think it averages out okay. I might have to do a higher count than 18 though, because she is pretty long and pretty high too. Unless I just like cut it off and only do it here. Because, I mean, it's still pretty obviously freaking Harley Quinn. At least to me. I don't know. I am really tired. So, this video is definitely gone on long enough. So, I apologize for anybody that didn't want a really long video, but if you like long videos, you know, that's awesome. Well, I need to go to bed now. It's already 9:30. I'm not going to do narration for 2 hours right now. Maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow instead of Stitch. I don't know. We'll see. Do I have any cats in here with me? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to sign off on my own. Wow. Looking around like that made me dizzy. I need to go to bed. So if you guys liked having a super long video like this, like, comment, share, subscribe. All that jazz. I totally forgot my outro right there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, I need to go to bed. I gotta go to bed. I'm just gonna do this for like 10 seconds and see how it goes. Just gonna keep breathing. Oh god, I need to sneeze. Oh no. Okay, I think I'm okay. I'll put that at the end. Okay. Sorry, I just realized I need to give context to that last clip I have. I was doing this because it kept freezing. And I've noticed in a couple of my videos, like it's only happened for like a few seconds, but I will start talking, but it'll be frozen. And you know, like the audio will keep going, but the visuals are frozen. And so I was like, you know, if I just keep moving around, I'll be able to see if it's freezing or not. Because usually if it starts at the beginning, that's when it's an issue. If it doesn't start as soon as I begin, it's not a problem. And then the sneeze really hurt my nose because of when I whacked it on that frame. My nose is still really sore. I don't know if you'll be able to see. It's really red. Like, it actually completely scabbed over, and then I ripped it off because that's how I roll. But, it doesn't hurt as much as it did before, but it's still sore. Oh, I'm honestly surprised it didn't turn, like, black and blue. Like, it hurt, and it still hurts several days later. Like, usually for me, that means big, noticeable bruise. And I don't have one. So, I mean, it's really red. So, I don't know, though. Like, that's weird. Maybe it's like my nose isn't fleshy enough. I don't know. I have no idea. This video is gonna be so long, you guys. I'm so sorry. But, it's gonna be awesome. I just get 2 more requests. I'll click on the link in a second. Okay, I already did my outro, right? I think I did. I don't know. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that jazz. I'll see you guys in the next video. I think I did. I did, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know. I need to go to bed.